All right, let's do a comparing linear and exponential word problem. This one says, let's compare the initial birth weights of Minnie and Pooh Bear. The table below represents the weight of Minnie, and the function p of x equals 4 times 2 to the x power represents the weight of Pooh, where x is the number of months. The question is asking us which baby animal weighs more at birth and by how much. Okay, so we need to first figure out what that at birth means. Okay, so if we're talking about how old a baby, or think of yourself, how old you were, how many months old were you when you were born? You weren't any amount of months old, right? Because you were just born. So when we're talking about at birth, and we're talking in terms of months, at birth would mean at month 0. And since X represents the number of months, at birth really means where the X value is 0. Okay, and here we can make the connection to y-intercept because the y-intercept of any function is where the x value is 0. So realistically, what we are doing is finding the y-intercept of this exponential function and finding the y-intercept from a table. All right, let's start with the exponential function for Pooh Bear. Okay, Pooh's function is p of x equals 4 times 2 to the x power. And again, we are trying to figure out how much Pooh weighed at birth. Since we know now that at birth means x is 0, let's substitute a 0 into x and simplify here. All right, so everywhere we see an x, we need to be inserting a 0. So now we have p of 0 equals 4 times 2 to the 0 power. Okay, any number to the 0 power is 1. All right, so we really have here is p of 0 equals 4 times 1 because 2 to the 0 power is 1. So our final answer here, p of 0 is 4. So Pooh Bear weighs 4 pounds at birth. Now let's look at the table for Minnie. Okay, so again, we are looking in this table for where x is 0. So if I look here, number of months is 0, that's our x. When x is 0, the y value is 2. So at 0 months, Minnie weighed 2 pounds. All right, so just under Minnie here, I'm going to write 2 pounds. So the question, let's go back to that now. Which baby animal weighs more at birth and by how much? So if Minnie weighs 2 pounds and Pooh weighs 4 pounds, who weighed more at birth? Okay, our final answer here should be Pooh Bear weighed more at birth. And I want to know by how much. So the difference between 4 and 2, if I did 4 minus 2, that would be positive 2. So by 2 pounds. Pooh Bear weighed more at birth by 2 pounds.